over the process of about 5 years, I had 4 treatments, 4 IVF treatments. So I responded beautifully to the drugs. I made beautiful embryos. They would give me photos of them, which I've actually got one here. This is a photo of my embryo, of one of my embryos, and it's funny because you fall in love with that embryo every time. Quickly realised that this wasn't going to be as easy as what I thought it was, and so decided that I really lost faith actually with my body. I lacked faith in myself. So my last round of IVF, I found a surrogate, and that was a huge journey. That took more than a year, and it was this huge mountain to climb. But I climbed it because I had to. So we tried surrogacy, and that failed as well. And I decided in the end that I had to make some sort of decision as to what I was going to do. The hurdles had been huge, and it was this oscillation between hope and despair, really, and absolute desperation. That I thought, what am I going to do? Was suddenly something in life that I absolutely had no control over anymore.
Infertility can certainly take its toll on pretty much every aspect of your life, physically, emotionally, socially and financially, and this is for many people over a prolonged period of time as well. It tests relationships and puts so much of your life on hold.
So there was huge seesawing for many years, and I decided that after the 4th attempt at IVF and the use of a surrogate mother, that this probably wasn't going to work. So with a bit of talking, decided that really it was probably a good idea to give up trying.
There may come a time when you have to make a decision that enough is enough in terms of pursuing further treatment, and this is a very difficult decision, and it's different for everybody as to when they may come to that decision. Often with the decision though comes some sense of relief as well, that part of the treatment part of your life has finished.
The initial feelings were, but who's going to look after me when I'm old? And then I'm going to be left alone in this world. To me also it was very a difficult thing to get over, that I was never going to have anybody that I could really give that love that I've got to, and that caring and that nurturing side. I'm a nurse, so I am very nurturing and very caring and wanting to help and care for people. So, you know, I always thought that I was going to have children, and to have to work through all that and realise that all that I had to let go of, I had to let go of all those hopes and dreams and possibilities.
For some people, the decision may be in a sense a little clearer in terms of not being able to face perhaps, you know, doing more fertility treatment, or financially it not being possible. And for others it may take longer to actually come to that decision. And sometimes partners may feel differently at different times as well, and it may take a little bit of time to be able to get to a point where there's a decision that both partners feel comfortable with.
My concern was that I was going to be a miserable old woman. I thought, I'm going to be a really cranky old one who's miserable, who's lived a life of resignation because she couldn't have children.
If you make the decision to stop treatment, it's so important that you give yourself time and space and permission really to grieve the losses associated with that decision and not having a child. The losses can include so many different things, including obviously sadness that you won't have a child, but also all the losses associated with that, which might be for some people, you know, the loss of the experience of pregnancy or of giving birth or of breastfeeding, or of having you know, values to pass on to the next generation. So that's really important. Give yourself time and space to be able to grieve and work through those losses.
I thought there was only ever 2 stages. I thought that there was only you were a victim, and then you survived that. You know, so something really horrible happens as a victim, and that did happen. It was a terrible thing. I would never wish it upon anybody. But I acknowledged that, and I talked to people about that. Then I guess by doing that, then I moved to survivor mode. And really, I think that's a bit of an automatic type step. Having children is a wonderful thing, and that's what we all want. That's what our desire is. But if we can't have it, we can go on to have a different sort of life.
As you feel ready, take small steps forward. Your experience will probably involve you having to re-look at and redefine the reality of who you are, what you will be, your relationship perhaps with your partner and your relationship with others and the rest of the world, in fact. That takes time and that takes energy, so just go at your own pace. There's no time frame that you should feel you need to put on that.
And that was one of the hard things that took me a while to get over, was that social acceptance of what a family is. And I didn't fit into family because I didn't have a husband and children, I only had a husband. But we have a family day now. On Sunday we have a family day and we do something nice together, because that's my family. Yeah.
Your experience of infertility will always be part of who you are, and as many people say, you don't get over it, but you get used to it. And so hopefully with time, there will be doors open and new opportunities that you feel ready to embrace, and possibly in directions that you hadn't ever imagined or had time or finances to explore previously.
I made a bit of an agreement with my husband. We talk about compensation, really, I guess is what it is. And I said to him, you know what, now, wherever you go in this world on business, I'm coming. I'd say, I know I don't need to, but I want to, and I am. So, and I would always say to him, we can afford to now.